Hi, Vieira with the Stock Market Live.tv. Well, today I'm going to address these two American companies, two of the most important companies in the world, Caterpillar, as well as Apple. And I'm going to offer you a free investment lesson. As you are aware, Wall Street recently upgraded Apple, raising targets, and the fact is that Apple is selling off. Shares are plunging. You have here on the tape today a new low, and recently I announced that if you were an investor in Apple, you should have sold the shares at 112. That announcement was made in real time on my Twitter account as well as on the blog of the company. So no reasons whatsoever to be losing money in Apple unless you don't follow the instructions. If you wanted to buy Apple, you had reasons to do so. Also on my trade alert announced also live on Twitter as well as on the blog of the company to do it so at $93.40. And if you wanted to invest on the crash in Apple, you also had the opportunity to do so on my downgrade to strong sell last year at 133, also announced several times, more than 10 times on the blog of the company, saying that Apple shares they were going to crash despite Wall Street upgrades. So very simple to trade Apple, no surprise whatsoever. Today I'm going to address also Caterpillar. Today in the morning the company announced earnings. They missed earnings, a very lousy forecast for the rest of the year 2016. Well, the fact is that you have here Caterpillar already almost at new highs in 2016. So probably most people, they were expecting shares of Caterpillar to open at $70 or to open at $50. No, that was not going to happen. I explained this in detail, step by step, the investment process in Caterpillar. You had to invest in Caterpillar precisely when Goldman Sachs downgraded the stock to sell. That was in 2016 at $56. We upgraded shares to strong buy. And then also announcing yesterday, before earnings announcement, to sell shares of Caterpillar at $80.50. So the perfect trading record. You have the calls recorded live, and they exist on the web, on Vimeo, on YouTube, on the blog of the company. You have all the calls, right? So what is important here to mention is the fact that 90%, in my opinion, more, the percentage it is higher, of investors, they continue losing money in the markets. There is a report from the US authorities, and this report exists for the past at least 20 years, proving precisely and saying more than 90% of people, they lose money in the markets. Well, if you continue following Wall Street analysts, upgrades and downgrades, obviously you are going to blow up entirely your account. I've been repeating this since inception, but you can continue following up their opinions. I don't mind at all. The fact is that people, they lose money in the markets if they want to, right? Some people, they blame the market. Some people, they blame the Federal Reserve. Some people, they blame third parties. Some people, they, or almost everyone, finds an excuse for their losses. Okay? That is precisely the opposite what you should do. You should assume responsibility for your losses, since you were the person pulling the trigger, all right? So you made a decision, you bought Apple last year at $130, believing that the stock was going to 250 on Forbes magazine or Carlyle Can, whatever, does not matter. Well, the fact is that professionals, they do precisely the opposite, all right? So by doing the opposite, and by the way, it's not always to be a contrarian, all right? Because be a contrarian is precisely in Caterpillar. You consider that Caterpillar was going to crash, well, Caterpillar is zoomed, all right? So no matter which price you sold short the stock, except if you sold short the stock when we sold it at $80.50, you are not making money in Caterpillar. But that was the expected scenario. Because, my friends, if this was simple, everyone will be making money in the markets, right? So this is not as people might expect. You don't learn how to invest in the markets by reading books or the Wall Street Journal or watching CNBC. Otherwise, everyone will be making money in the markets, right? So our company is dedicated, or part of the company is dedicated precisely to teach investors how to invest in the markets. Forget about the price to earnings, forget about fundamentals, forget about technical analysis. And these companies, they don't trade based on fundamentals, technical analysis, or analyst opinions, all right? If they do, just explain to me, because probably you know what is going to happen. If you know what is going to happen, well, congratulations, probably you should be on TV. Well, the fact is that these companies, both of them, we address on blog of the company, global leading companies, in real time, free trade alerts, how to invest, how to trade these stocks. Very simple, and we have been doing so for many, many years. Historical, consistent track record. The most important in the markets is consistency. The most important is to understand the game. If you are unable to understand the game, you certainly are not going to make money in the markets. Now, since more than 90% of people, they lose money in the markets, that is very good news, because the rest, they can make a lot of money, right? But to make a lot of money, you have to understand the necessity, to be necessary, a methodology that has been proven to work for a long period of time under different market conditions, and to go through that process to understand methodology and then to practice in a real account and not a paper account, right? And by doing so, then you are prepared to invest in the markets. Without doing that, you are not going ever to be prepared to invest in the markets. This has been proven over and over. It's not me who's saying. I repeat, there are reports by the US authorities 20 years ago saying most people, they lose money in the markets. Now, the professionals are interested that people, they do not participate in the markets. Unlike what you probably read on the news, I repeat that professionals are interested that people do not participate in the markets. If you participate in markets, there is one main goal that they are going to look for, is to take your money back, and that is the objective. So I'm telling you the truth. If you dislike to listen to the truth, it is up to you. You can continue investing in the markets on your own. I don't mind at all right? So congratulations for those that they followed our opinion in Apple, or they've been following, in our opinion, Apple. I already addressed, in fact, Apple also for ahead of earnings. The company is going to announce earnings. And Caterpillar, that it is trading at $79. Probably you didn't expect Caterpillar to be trading at $79 after the company missed earnings. After the company announced the lousy stock forecast for the rest of 2016, well, but what matters is the tape, okay? These are the numbers. You also might say that the markets are irrational. You also might say that blah, blah, blah. I'm not telling you to buy Caterpillar. I already announced that we sold Caterpillar at $80.50, live a video on the web for you to visualize, for you to analyze. There is no problem whatsoever, as well as the case of Apple at 112, as well as the case of Apple last year at 133, for you to visualize, to understand that Apple was going to crash, and you can continue doing precisely the opposite. I don't mind. Your money will be lost, and it is just a matter of time. I know this, professionals know this, Wall Street knows this. It is up to you. Now, I'm not trying to scare you. It's precisely the opposite. Like I said, the fact that more than 90% of people, they lose money in the markets, the rest can make a lot of money, provided you are willing to change your attitude, provided you are willing to understand that there is a need for a methodology that works regardless of these market conditions, and that you are willing to be there. And if you are willing to be there, and it is not to scare you, it's precisely the opposite. If you don't want to participate, you have other alternative. That is precisely what most people are doing. From 6 a.m. until 11 p.m. in the evening, they work for someone else, and they continue to be slaves, and I don't have any problem, as well as 1% of the rest of the population does not have any problem whatsoever that you continue doing so. All right? So congratulations to everyone, and I hope that you, this lesson, one more warning on top of several warnings, that you finally decide to do something about it. And please don't come up with excuses, arguments, because excuses, arguments, probably it is better you, and I'm being quite honest, to visit a doctor, because, in our company, you had the pricing. Recently, we made a service. We added to the trading course live streaming for 1 year at a price unbelievable, and you had the opportunity to subscribe, to join, and to learn something, at least to understand whether I'm going to be able to overcome this and to learn, instead of losing entirely my account on buying stock picks as GoPro, that it happened. If you bought GoPro, when Jim Cramer, the famous trader and charity fund, at $65, well, he said that was a bargain. GoPro, Umbrella, and Fitbit, and all they crashed. So these are facts. If you don't want to listen to the facts, I just gave you 3 examples. I could give you more than 100 examples, all right? So I leave you with the codes in Apple, that meanwhile it is already recovering, and Caterpillar, $79. Thank you.